Hey sleepyheads, long time no see. Welcome to another episode of Bed by 9. In this episode, Hev and I discuss the premiere of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the Snyder cut of Justice League, and the penultimate episode of American Gods. At this point, you better know what to do, so grab that giraffe cup and enjoy another episode of Bed by 9.
Hey,
Wait.
we're in it.
3, 2, 2.5, 1. Okay. We'll find it at some point. Hello. $10 you didn't miss us.
You'd owe at least one of my coworkers $10 because he said that we're his garage buddies.
Elaborate.
So he says that during his morning routine, or at least one routine, that he'll sit and listen to us in his garage whether he's working or doing something else. So he enjoys us.
What does his morning routine consist of?
I can't remember, and he's going to yell at me once he listens to this.
How dare you insult Mark?
It's Zack.
I was fucking close. I knew it was a white boy name.
Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of Bed by 9.
Hi, Zack.
This is one of your hosts. Hev has been sleeping all day, and
I'm your other host. I'd remember facts about my coworker, Zack. Does he like me?
Yeah, he does. He loves you.
Hi, Zack.
He literally says. So this week,
That's all I care
my
about.
coworkers love you both, Jared and you, but Zack likes you more. And
Match.
he'd be like, hey, say hi to K Willie for me, and I'm like,
Gang, gang.
I'm like, you don't even say hi to me.
Is that what the kids say?
No.
Gang, gang.
You are close to 40 now. You gotta stop.
I am 10 years from 40. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's close.
No?
It's closer than 40 years from 40.
Well, yeah. I would
Yeah.
be a fetus. if
You're
that were
closer
the
to
case.
40 than you are 20.
Though I have a face of a fetus. If I shave, I have a baby face.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you
I'm
don't.
gonna shave and prove it.
No.
I
have
think
a
I've had facial hair for like 5 or 6 years now, consistent. Like I haven't shaved it off
You have a
anywhere
face
in
of
that
an
time.
adult dwarf. You're old.
I'm hard. Is that weird?
Okay. So,
That'll teach you to give me a compliment.
so Keith, we've both had very tough weeks,
Ugh.
but
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh.
but we had a high point this week, as in someone got a PS5.
Boy, I'm so happy about it. Oh my god, guys, I did it. Your prayers worked. I know you were praying for it, guy. It was. I was late to the notification from Twitter of the page that I used to follow, which I don't follow anymore because fuck, not a drop. You know about it now, and that's why you're laughing.
Hey, I'm trying to get on the PS5 gang now.
So this Twitter page that I follow, just to give everyone a little backstory, they will tweet out when a retailer is dropping new PS5. But they also got so popular that they started getting like advertisers put on their page. So then they would tweet out not a drop, and then they would put like the ad underneath it. But in order to
Subscribe to Hulu with this link.
right, or like AirPods or whatever.
Yeah.
But you had to subscribe to them and like turn on the notifications so that you could instantly be aware that something was dropping.
Mm-hmm.
And so like 90% of it turned into not a drop, and it was just the most frustrating thing. They have fucking merchandise that has like a t-shirt that says not a drop.
Good
And
for
like,
them.
I know,
They're
like
capitalizing on it.
no, like for sure, like reach out to us and help us with what we're doing. But
Yeah.
I secured it. Oh my god, I was late to it. I was like 30-40 seconds late. And this is the life that you're gonna live, Have. But when I clicked on it, it was from PlayStation Direct, and it instantly opened up the queue. And so that had never happened before, and I was like, oh my god, is this it? And so I was like, get me in there, yeah. And then it started at like 5 minutes, and it counted down. I was like, what the fuck? They're teasing me. And I was pissed. And I was gonna close out, and I was like, well, I'll just wait. I was like, I've never experienced this before.
Hold on, pause. Get me in there. First sexual experience. Oh, you're teasing me. Second sexual experience.
Cool.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Cool. Okay. How many more do you want? 3, 4 in this story?
How many more do you want? Third sexual experience.
So then it started counting down from like 5 minutes, and then I was like, well, let me just wait it out. And then it reached 0, and then it started over at like 10 minutes again. And I was like, motherfuckers. I was like, they hate me. They're targeting me as a white male specifically. And because like, you know, like my group has too much privilege, and they're like, we're gonna take it away. Like, we're gonna do this.
You're the only group of people who subscribe to Twitter notification. So yeah.
And then it counted down from 10, and then it let me in. And like, while it was counting down for 10, I went to like the PlayStation store. I made sure I knew my login, like on my phone, and I added like my credit card and everything, so I could just do the one-stop shop. And I was like, did it? Got the confirmation. I was so excited. Like, and then it came like what, 2 days later?
Mm-hmm. Did you have to pay for that extra shipping?
No.
Oh, okay.
Free shipping. Got it in 2 days.
Well, you did spend $2,000 on that. You rich motherfucker.
With tax, it came out to like $520. It wasn't
right.
more than that. $560.
$5,200.
$560.
Wow.
No,
you
wasn't
got
too
the
bad.
gold-plated PS5. All right. Well,
So yeah, I secured it, and I started playing Miles Morales the other day.
What's the stock game called? Where you're just a PlayStation controller jumping around?
I forgot Astro's World.
Oh my god.
It's cute though. I beat it last night.
It's the dorkiest game.
It's
ever,
dorky,
guys.
but like it teaches you the sensitive triggers and like the different features of the controller. So I don't know, for that just being a preloaded game, it was entertaining.
That's fair.
Got me like 4 hours of gameplay, whatever.
That's fair. Well, that's gonna be my life upcoming, and the only reason why
Have
I'm
fun.
jumping on this bandwagon now is because my PS4 is nearing its last days. Every time that I turn it on and I play a game, it sounds like starting up an airplane engine. So I have one of like the first gen PS4s, like the first
The tank.
Yeah, and
The
it's
tank
it's
PS4.
like the only thing it does easily is stream, and that's the only thing. Every time you play a game, man, it sounds like you're going cross country in that thing. So I think that the sooner I get it, the better. And that's gonna be my life. So I'll keep you guys updated while he's over here sitting in the
Playing
lap of
games.
luxury.
Yeah. Hey, but I've been trying for like 2 months, 3 months now. So
Yep.
my hard work paid off. I'm so excited.
I'm gonna get it in a week.
If you do, I'll be happy for you, because you know what? I'm happy, and I'm not going to rain on your happiness.
You usually ran on my happiness. That's
No.
like that is the top thing of our friendship. Raining on each other's happiness. See how I served that one to you? Speaking of serve, how's your tennis game?
Dude, I've lost like 8 matches in a row, and you knew this, and you're just bringing it up so I publicize it.
Oh my god, talk about no love in that match. What's this on?
I'm upset with you.
Love set match.
You know what? Let's just jump into the fucking reviews, because you're trash. I take it back. I hope you never get a PS5, and I hope they say like they're canceling Horizon Zero Dawn.
If they do that, I will cry.
You'll be like the next fucking.
Alloy is my baby girl. Love her.
Only because she has red hair.
Yeah.
She's like right in your wheelhouse.
Genders. Hey, come here, babe.
All right, so
Come here with your vitamin C. What's this? The sun?
D.
Vitamin D deficiency.
Mhm.
And then also D for sex jokes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
You
So
feel,
what are we gonna
you feel
start
good
off?
about that?
Yeah. What are we gonna
Okay.
start off with?
So we have 3 topics, right? We got we're gonna discuss episodes 8 and 9 of American Gods. We're gonna do the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then we'll do a 20-hour synopsis
Of Justice League?
of Justice League, the
Okay.
Snyder Cut.
Okay. Yep.
You want to just start with Justice League and see where that takes us?
No, let's finish.
You want to leave it?
Yeah,
with
let's.
that?
Yeah, we'll do the TV shows first.
Leave it on a negative note. All right, let's start with Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay. All right.
Episode 1
Mm-hmm.
came out yesterday. By yesterday, you're going to be hearing this like a week later because I take my time with editing. Not that you can tell. But we had episode 1.
Yes.
Which takes place, it seems like about a month, maybe a month and a half after Endgame.
Yeah, after they came back from the snap.
And can I just say, and we'll talk about, like, that is how you start a show.
With immediate action.
Like, in like a 10 to 15 minute scene of it all. That was dope. Just seeing, like, and then when they went, like, so they go into the canyon part, and he's just like flying around, which I know we saw in the trailer, but like seeing the extent of like that whole thing, that was. Really
I
cool
like them hopping into multiple helicopters for no reason. Like, where did these come from? These weren't there originally, but yeah, I definitely did enjoy that and liked it fully.
So it looks like this season we're going to basically kind of see a post-Endgame storyline of Bucky, who's the Winter Soldier, and Falcon, who is, quote-unquote, the next Captain America.
Not if that white mayor has anything to say about it.
Right.
Spoiler.
From where I'm at the end of the first episode, I thought it was a good first episode. They got a lot of plot line kind of
going
for both characters.
Right.
I like Bucky's storyline more so far.
Well, yeah.
Like his whole making amends with all his victims. The whole they did the back scene of him killing that Asian dude in Russia, and then that ending up being his
son.
Yeah, his friendly neighbor's son, and he like couldn't come to terms with admitting it to him. The whole therapy scene with Bucky and his therapist was really cool. Especially like being in therapy myself and like holding back from your therapist and just like having her call him out on it.
And then she cussed and he was like, "That's not professional." She's like, "I'm a fucking soldier too, bro."
Yeah, right. Because she's like military sponsored.
Yeah.
And he's like,
"Oh, you're gonna grab?
Oh, you're gonna? Again? Oh, that's passive aggressive." And she's like, "Well, fucking talk, and then I won't write in here." And he's like, "Oh, all right. Here's a insert lie."
Yeah. I enjoy it.
All too real for like in therapy. I hold back a lot too, but I don't have like as direct of a therapist who will call me out on it. I need one probably. That's probably why I'm not making any progress.
You need a strong woman in your life, man. I think it's time that you come to realize it.
I have several strong women. I have Bella. She fights any big dog.
That's very true.
She gets her ass kicked every time. It's like me and tennis.
Okay. Who else is another strong woman in your
My
life?
mom's a strong woman.
Okay.
She has terrible opinions, but she's a strong woman.
Okay.
Your mom's a strong woman.
No one talks about her.
Yeah, Sexy at 59 is hella strong.
No.
My boss is a strong woman.
So what I liked about the first episode is the fact that Anthony Mackie, we get to see a little bit into his life, and I won't start the immediate hate on Anthony that I want to do, but
he had a few hateable moments though.
Already, the first and foremost thing is when they were in the bank trying to get a loan, just being like, "I know Tony Stark, just give me money." Oh, it's not that easy anymore. Oh, it's not. But but give me money. Like I don't.
But no reportable income.
Oh my god.
Because he technically doesn't exist.
Bro, I would be so upset. One, I would not.
But can I get another picture?
Yeah.
Can I get another picture?
Nigga, what? Are you kidding me, bro? All right. I was upset at that, but also, if you know Tony Stark, you don't need money anymore.
Right. Just ask Tony.
Yeah.
Well, he's dead. Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you know Pepper Potts, you don't need money anymore. All right?
Yeah, Peppa. Where you at?
Peppa.
Also, she's selling her vagina candles. Goop. She's like, sorry, I got goop money now? Fuck you and your crab fishing problems. I don't know what they're selling. Some sort of crustacean.
Do you remember? I don't know if you saw that highlight of Gwyneth when she was talking about. She was like, "When is it? When is this movie coming out?" And they were like, "Oh, you're in it." She was like, "What? When did we film that?" And I was just like, "Do you imagine how much money you need to have to not remember a check from a movie to come
from Disney? A Disney check.
Gosh. Yeah, but now she's got that goop money.
Goop money.
All right. So my actual favorite part in that whole episode is when that agent got his butt whooped by whatever creature that jumped out of the window from the mask. Because one, if you've seen someone right before you approach them, toss a human being into a
light
wall.
Post.
Yeah, or a light post. You can come up to like, "Hey, I don't know the jurisdiction of how this is gonna do, but I'm gonna arrest you." And he comes to you, unload the clip. Unload it. He's super strong.
As Jessie J, Ariana Grande, and Nicki Minaj would say, "Bang bang into the room."
Unload the clip and just end it, because there's no way you're gonna hand. And
that was for Zack.
He he got flipped, tossed, and then he got face stomped. And I'm just like,
he did. He got hella curb stomped.
Bro, like the job ain't worth it at that point. And but yeah, that was my favorite part. But I'd like to see where they're gonna go with it. Yeah. I don't know if they had an after scene because I didn't stay around to watch it.
No.
Okay.
I scrolled through it all. They didn't.
Okay.
Clearly, it's going to be a quest to give the rightful person the title of Captain America.
American God, yeah.
Now, it's interesting which way they'll go with it, because it seems like they're going to go the Falcon route, but Bucky in the comics was Captain America before Sam was. So it could eventually be, it could be Sam before, or it could be Bucky before Sam, but it'll be interesting to see.
Well, they already gave it to another white man at the end of the episode, so.
I mean, right, but I thought it was good. Yeah. I thought they established a good plot line between both Bucky, like the personal plot lines for Bucky and Sam, but then also just the overall plot line of, hey, there's this masked terrorist group that basically wants the world to be like it was when the blip happened. Now, what they're going to do with it, who knows? I do like how like Sam is like out of touch with social media, and he obviously has to rely on like a 25-year-old TikToker or whatever to be like, hey, if you turn on your location on Snapchat, you'll see this hand. That's how he talks, right? Or is that just me?
That's just you.
No, I'm gay, everyone, if you couldn't tell. Hi. But I'm excited. I think there's only 6 episodes, so, but at least they're an hour.
Oh shit, that was an hour?
It was like 50 minutes.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
So we'll have about 5 more weeks of it, and we'll see kind of where they go. But I thought it was a good intro episode, for sure.
Speaking of something that should only be 5 episodes, Justice League.
Chapters. God
damn it.
You want to do it? Let's just do it. Let's just say fuck it and do it.
Okay.
Let's just
let's do it. All right.
Justice
League,
why?
Snyder Cut.
Why?
I remember when the first one came out, and I was like, this needs more. Yeah, this needs more backstory.
Yep.
They just jump, hop, skipping around into the story. They're like, hey, I need you. No? Cool. Oh, you showed up. Cool, thanks. Let's go over here. Oh, no. Superman. End. Now, this comes around, and you're like, maybe we didn't need this much backstory, guys.
It was like slow motion.
Backstory.
Slow motion. Backstory. Lois Lane. Backstory.
Mom.
Slow motion. Hot dog. Backstory.
Cop. Backstory.
Darkhold. No, that's the book I'm thinking of. Dark Side.
Yeah, Dark Side.
They're similar. Yeah. Backstory. Like, okay. Wait, hold on. Before we do any of that, never film in 4:3 ratio aspect, and don't try to like what? For artistic integrity? How? You're
Yeah.
cutting off at least 16 inches from both, like, total. 8 inches on both sides. I know 8 inches. I've seen it once. That was his thigh, everybody.
Guys, they start off the film saying that they're going to film in 4:3, and by the middle of the movie, you're asleep, so you don't realize that
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
For artistic integrity, though, like, just say you didn't have, like, the right camera technology to make it as high def as you wanted it.
Well, that's not true. It was pretty fucking high def.
But why?
He loves the number 7. I don't know what else you want from him.
Now that's a good movie.
Oh my god, lucky number 7.
Okay, so besides the fact that it's not in widescreen, which why?
I think it's pretty racist that every single time that Wonder Woman came on, they play that old Hebrew music.
What did it say? I forget every time.
Hey!
Okay, so Hev and I are old, and we watch
Andrew!
with subtitles for everything.
Andrew, what was the name of that? What was the name of the music that came on?
Ancient Lamentations. Anytime the Wonder Woman came on, they would have in the subtitles it would say Ancient Lamentations.
I'm like, this is racist, y'all. She's not in Assassin's Creed.
It just sounded like Sting from Desert Rose. That was as best as I could do.
It was very close. All you could see was just women and like the coverings behind them just doing the music as she was just moving all about. So
Can I do a quick synopsis?
Go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so the original. So I watched 6.5 hours of Justice League this week because
Okay.
I've never watched the original.
Oh God.
So I watched the original just so I'd have like a basis point.
So how did
So
you
I
feel
could
about
compare
the
it.
original before?
Confused a little bit.
Okay.
Because I knew they had Superman movies. I knew they had Batman versus Superman, which I also watched that this week.
Jesus.
I knew they had Aquaman, and I knew they had Wonder Woman movies. So I've seen all of them
Okay.
as before the Snyder Cut came out.
Okay.
And then they just ran, so I knew what was introduced and what wasn't. So then when Flash and Cyborg came into it, I was like, they literally gave no backstory to either one of these characters at all. And I was like, that's fine. But the way that the characters acted and reacted to everything that was going on, I was like, I don't think that's how a normal person would
it's like
react.
I just met
would
you.
react to
Yeah.
anything.
I just
So
met you, and
so
this
that's
is
what
crazy.
right.
Let's go fight and Steppenwolf.
So
call
that's
me maybe.
right. So that's what I thought was like missing. I was like, this is weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then it felt like the first maybe like hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours was like focusing on things that didn't really need to be focused on, and then they rushed the ending. That's what I felt like for the first movies. But then when Snyder Cut came out I was like, oh, they're just literally expanding on
Everything.
everything. So I was like, I got my Cyborg backstory, I got my Flash backstory, but it was too much. I was like, you got an hour of almost both of them probably, and then you got an hour of the last fight scene, and then it was like, it kind of felt like, you remember in high school when you had to do like rough drafts of papers and stuff like that, and you had like peer edits?
Right.
It was like one person turned it in, that was the 2017 version, and then they were like, oh yeah, this doesn't make sense, you need to expand on this. And then Zack Snyder took it back and was like, I'm just going to put everything that I can think of into this movie. And then it was like, it almost just needed a final edit to be somewhere in the middle of the two. And I think in the first one, like, I get Wonder Woman and Batman are probably the main focal points.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if we necessarily needed all of their
So
backstory shit. I don't know.
Let me ask you this. So, as we know, Wonder Woman and Aquaman had their movies come out, so
Yep.
they didn't go into an too extensive of a backstory.
And this was in 2017. Had Aquaman come out, or was it between Wonder Woman
No,
and Aquaman?
Aquaman came out after.
Okay, so it's
So-
between Wonder Woman and Aquaman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and they get in the original movie, they had to go into a lot of detail for Wonder Woman's background because one of the mother boxes was left in
Yes.
Amazonia or
Yeah.
whatever that town is.
Yeah.
So the Snyder Cut came out and they went into more detail between Flash and Cyborg. Who do you think had a better backstory?
Cyborg.
1,000%.
But it was still not good. It was, well, it would have been, I would have liked it if it was its own movie. Putting an hour of backstory into a Justice League movie for one character that we haven't seen yet. That's the thing that I like about Marvel that DC doesn't seem to get, I guess.
Okay.
Because we'll just say the Avengers and Justice League are equivalent, right, in the universes.
Okay.
And then you have your individual movies about all these characters, right? I think the way that Marvel ramped up the Avengers far outweighs the way that DC ramped up Justice League.
Yeah, it's because they're on two different pedestals right now. And,
Completely.
Yeah, because Marvel figured out what works, and DC kept trying to be PG and plain and boring. And
But on top of that, Marvel didn't really care about a timeline per se.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we'll release Iron Man 1, we'll release Iron Man 2, then we'll do, I forget what the order was, but like they wouldn't, like a movie could come out after the Avengers, but it could take place before the Avengers.
right.
And it would still make sense.
Yeah.
Where DC, they seem lost, I guess, within the timeline.
They're getting
of everything
better, though.
They are.
They're getting better.
And I don't think Snyder Cut hurt what they're trying to do, but I also heard that they're not giving Zack Snyder another movie.
They will
At
if
least
this
at this
continues to get good reviews. They will.
Is it getting good reviews though?
I believe so.
Most people enjoy it.
Yeah.
Are those mostly like comic book heads that
Yeah.
are like, let's do it?
Because what it is it gives you what you wanted. Yeah, it was 4 hours, but it is what you asked for. You got more backstory. You're
Yes.
more. The only backstory that you really didn't get is Batman.
No,
Eh,
Martian Hunter.
Oh yeah,
You got
Martian
zero
Hunter.
Martian
Oh
Hunter.
yeah, zero Martian Hunter.
He showed up and turned into
the
Home-
mom,
yeah.
Lois Lane's
Yep,
mom.
and then he showed up at the end.
I bet her name
at
is
Batman's
Martha.
house.
I don't know, but I bet it's Martha.
So you got like 2 scenes with Martian Hunter
Yeah.
complete, and then at the end he's like, "Oh, some people call me Martian Hunter," and Batman's like, "Okay, see you around."
Yeah, I'm like, you just showed up to my
He's like,
$1 million
okay.
house in the woods.
You
I guess
woke
this
me
is
up
normal.
at 6 a.m., but
Right.
okay, thanks.
But no, obviously, right? It gave you what you wanted. You got more backstory on everyone.
It gave me more than I wanted.
That's true. What was that?
The rent is too damn high.
The 5th time you had sex gave you more than you wanted.
I don't know how many times I've had sex.
At least 5.
Well, yeah,
Oh yeah.
at least
So-
20,
Oh, gross.
50. I don't know.
All right. So
I got around.
overall, I liked it. It was
You
definitely
liked it?
long. Yeah, I definitely liked it. It was long, and towards the end, when they were just like, "Hey, here's 4 cutscenes that may or may not make sense to what's going on," and then that was too much.
It reminded me, and I know this is the second time I'm equating it to like a high school class, but it just reminded me of like an English class when you read a book that just like overly tried to emphasis on a point. Like, okay, I'm just gonna say it, and I don't know. Okay, we'll see what happens with this. To Kill a Mockingbird. I love To Kill a Mockingbird, but I felt like it could have been like
Womp, womp,
it
womp.
could have been like 100 pages shorter. like they did too much.
Okay.
And can you imagine? This was his original intention. Can you imagine 4 hours in a movie theater? It was supposed to be in 2 parts, but like,
Yeah, 2 parts. Yeah, I could definitely do 2 parts.
sure,
Because
but
that's what Avengers did. They cut it in 2 parts.
Okay, but where would you cut off the first part? Would it be after the fight scene where they're underneath Gotham, the water? What's that called?
It would probably
Gotham Harbor. Is that where you'd cut it off?
Maybe, yeah, right when they're all kind of together, because that was probably like a little over 2 hours or so.
Right before they revive or do you revive it with
No.
Superman?
No.
That's how it starts. The second movie starts with reviving Superman?
No. So the movie starts when they figure out they're going to revive it with the mother box.
Okay.
When they all come to that
That's
realization.
when the second movie starts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then there's another 2 hours after that. And then I could totally see that being great. Because
so that's the opening scene of the second movie?
Pretty much, when they're all standing around and be like, okay, I'm not the one going to say it, but we're all thinking it. We're going to reanimate a god, right?
Okay.
I could see that because that was, like I said, like a little over the 2 hour mark. So, yeah.
But that would mean there was like zero action in the first movie.
No, but that's okay.
Is it?
So
For a comic book movie, no action?
Okay. So there was some
What I will
action.
say, I guess I will say in the original 2017 version, for the director that they brought in post filming, who, put together what he could, not knowing what Zack Snyder's original intent was for the movie, I think he did a great job. Like, it didn't make all that much sense, but he didn't film any of it.
Right.
And he didn't have the original vision, so what he edited down to be like a consumable movie, I think he did a good job with what he could do.
Right.
Right?
It was coherent. We got it, but yeah.
Right. Okay, so do you mind if we just... My favorite part was actually the epilogue part with Joker, because the whole time they're like, oh, Joker's in it. I'm like, where the fuck is Joker? And then he finally shows up.
I knew he was going to be in the main movie because it didn't make sense.
So he shows up in the post-credit or the epilogue. It takes place afterward. The world is in destruction. You have Deadshot, who's supposed to be killing Batman, and that didn't make any sense because there was a post-credit, or not a post-credit scene, but like the end of the regular movie, chapter 6, whatever, ended with Lex Luthor recruiting Deadshot to kill Batman.
And then his name is Bruce Wayne.
Right, and then it just skips to Batman and Deadshot working together, and you're like, okay, where's the bridge here? AKA, there is none. It's a bridge to Alaska. But then, that's fine. She can play with it.
She's chewing on something.
It's a ball. It's a small little ball.
Yeah, she can choke on that.
I'll give her something to choke on.
Don't talk to my dog that way. Hey, come here. Leave that alone. Okay.
I guess, like, I like the post-credit scene if, like, you held it on its own, just like not even, like, you just held it independent of everything else.
Okay.
But as far as, like, the bridge from chapter 6 to the epilogue, it was like none of this made sense. You just had to, like, you had to make your own kind of storyline.
Yeah.
And I think they were just kind of gearing it up for what his vision was for the second movie, but they haven't even said that there is a second movie with Zack Snyder.
They're going to after the how this has been received. There's no way.
I'm sure. Have you looked up if it's like done well?
What do you mean?
Like, obviously HBO has a Warner Brothers movie coming out almost every month.
Yeah.
Next month. Next month. Oh wait, no. At the end of this month, we get King Kong and Godzilla.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks after that, we get
We're supposed to go see it next
Mortal
week.
Kombat.
We're supposed to see it not next week, but the
IMAX.
week after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
IMAX, the 31st.
Yeah.
I guess, like, how do you measure? Do they just measure it off of streams? I guess. Have you looked into any
Streams
of
and
that?
then reviews.
I've seen a lot of people say they watched it, and I'm like, how? When did you find the time?
I've personally, I kept it close to the people that I care about and that I talk to often. But I didn't look online, but I've seen And I actually read on Reddit that they have been boosting it just out of spite because it was so much better than the first one. As in, like I said, it gave people what they wanted.
Sure.
Granted, it was twice as long as that you may have foreseen, but it gave you story. It may have been boring, but it was purposeful.
Yeah.
It had a
Yeah.
purpose. Like I've sat through boring movies that did not have the purpose. Black Mass, Councilman, or like I could keep naming them.
But like,
So
you know what's, and I'll go back to how Marvel did it, but you haven't had any Natasha really in-depth backstory.
that's gonna be boring.
I don't think so.
Oh my god, I was in a group home. Oh my god, I could dance. Oh my god, they taught me how to fight. Now I'm an agent. I'm already bored.
But like, but they realized that, hey, we don't need to keep this, or we don't need to put any of this backstory in an actual movie.
To make her relevant.
Right.
I fair.
We'll find a way to make her relevant through action, and those sorts of scenes, and
That's
then
fair.
we'll build up the cause. Because Cyborg is a dope character. Flash is a dope character.
Mm-hmm.
What they did action-wise in those movies intrigues you. Like, Cyborg
trash.
able to... But,
Trash.
like, okay, but
Trash.
without Cyborg, you wouldn't have been able to split the mother boxes. And without Flash, you wouldn't have been able to resurrect Superman, and you wouldn't have been able to give the power to Cyborg to separate the mother boxes. So you could have just left it at that and then give them their own movie like what Marvel did.
Trash.
And you would have saved an hour and a half out of that movie. Can you imagine a 2.5 hour movie compared to a 4 hour movie is way more consumable to the average user.
Yeah, true.
They could have found a way to do it.
They could have, but Zack being.
But
Zack,
like, go ahead, sorry.
No, go.
But you got zero backstory of Cyborg, like maybe 5 minutes in the original cut,
Yeah,
and then
about
you got less than that for Flash. You got the scenes with his dad in jail,
You got both dad moments for both
Yes.
Cyborg and Flash
And that
in
was
jail in the
it.
first one. Yep.
and they cut. I remember Cyborg's was like, "Oh, I'm gonna show Cyborg up on the wall, and then we're just gonna tell you like, oh, I used the mother box to make him what he was and keep him alive."
Yeah.
Basically.
And here's the thing: the Flash they literally Flash and Cyborg have a really close, similar backstory. Other than like Flash's mom died, but Flash's mom died, and they pinned it on the dad. But really, what it is?
Who's they?
Reverse Flash, which you don't find out until
Okay.
like the end of like the whole saga. So it took place in a time where Flash was really, really young.
Is that because he's faster than speed of light, so it fucks up with reality, and that's how Reverse Flash comes to be?
Well, his name is Eobard or something like that, and
It's
it's a super. And I think it's also because his name
Kevin.
is reversed as well. So came back and tried to kill the parent of the Flash that could stop him in the future. The type of thing. It's super elaborate. So basically, once again, it's a single parent household. He gets raised. So they both have a really close, similar story.
Sure.
And if they kind of went into that, like I can't wait for the Flash movie to see how they do.
Are they making one? Yeah.
So, yeah, I liked it. I'm gonna say that I liked it. It's definitely better than the first.
Yes.
The
I'll
length
give it
was
that.
too much.
I wouldn't say I liked it.
It's better than the first, but you still don't like it?
Yeah.
Okay, fair. We can deal with that.
Yep.
So, how many woos out of 5 would you give it?
4.
4 woos out of 5.
Oh, no. Out of 5?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was out of 10. 2.5.
2.5. 2.5 woos out of 5. I give it 4 woos out of 5.
I don't like my time being wasted, and I wasted my time.
Sometimes story needs to waste your time. I liked it.
No. Okay. We're going to end this episode talking about American Gods, episode 8, episode 9.
Yep.
Episode 10 comes out tomorrow. I think it's the finale.
Woo!
Let's start
Woo!
let's start with episode 8.
Okay.
And let's start with Laura Moon.
Well, episode 8 started with them showing up in that hotel.
Yep. The butterfly symposium, whatever you want to call it. Which
it's a safe haven for same-sex loving.
For LGBTQ plus community.
They didn't call it
right?
They didn't
well,
call
I know.
it that. They
I
call
like
it
the
same-sex
backstory of
smushing.
it though.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was like a Chinese guy who had a lover.
Chinese.
Wasn't it?
Wow.
It was Chinese.
Asian.
I think it was Chinese.
Asian. It was a Chinese guy.
Okay. And he loved his like concubine, and then he got outed, and this was like ancient culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
So no, he. I apologize. So
no,
I just
you
rewatched
can
it.
you can correct.
So I'll give you the quick. So he showed up to the hotel. He was running away from the cops. He talked to the woman who's at the front desk.
And she's like, "You're safe here."
You're safe here. Ran away. Then she had an interaction with the cops. Turns out she used to be a dude. She knew one of the cops.
Same.
And she knew one of the cops, and they did a flashback. And then it cut to her talking to the gentleman in that bed, and it was like, "Why are you being so nice to me?" And she was like, "Hey, we know what you like.
Been there, done that.
Everyone needs this place to be safe." And then he broke down his story. He was like, "And back in my time,
China.
and he went through the time,
Feudal China.
Yeah, feudal China, where he fell in love with a warlord,
Hmm.
and the warlord had him murdered for
because he was outed.
Yeah, because he was outed for that same-sex loving. So then,
But then he made a shrine to that warlord, like,
the warlord then made a shrine to him after
To
he was
him.
dead. Yeah.
and then that's where the butterfly
Yeah.
symposium came from.
So then,
This is a nice headrest.
it's not
I
a
can pull
butterfly.
it all the way back.
It was peacock.
Oh,
But he used butterflies to create the
NBC.
peacock.
You're right.
So he then blessed this hotel to
Hmm.
always be thriving and plentiful. And then it fast forward to 2021, where it had Laura Moon and what was the Indian guy's name?
I'm not gonna say. I don't remember.
Laura Moon and his driving partner show
Yep.
up there to interact.
Watch
with,
the previous episode. We say it there.
interact with what is it? Leprechaun there. And
Yeah,
it
the-
starts
the-
off
The bartender.
with them walking in, and it's doing the most in the lobby.
It's during
Ev-
like a LGBT festival.
Yeah, and everyone's walking around in costumes.
Everyone's fucking.
Yeah, in the hallways,
it's
walking
great.
around.
It's wonderful.
It's great.
I would
Hey,
love to go there.
I bet. So would Jared.
Ugh, yeah, you would.
Gross. All right. So it starts off there, and then I liked that episode.
I liked it too.
I truly liked it because you saw Laura being very vulnerable. Salim's
Salim's
the name.
growth in that one episode was wonderful.
he got
All
to
it took was fucking a bellhop.
dude. He got to smash another dude.
Mark, just fuck a bellhop. Oh, it was Zach, not Mark.
Zach is married.
You can still fuck a bellhop, Zach.
Zach, don't listen.
You're
to
in
this
your
episode.
garage. Your wife isn't there.
Okay.
Fuck a bellhop.
All right.
Fuck a bellhop. Do it.
All right. So that whole episode, it was pretty good. And then I actually enjoyed the leprechaun. He annoyed me at first, but then I had to watch it twice because
Ramsey from Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. I'm like, is he gonna cut off any genitalia in this episode? Nope, he
Oh,
didn't do it.
No. Laura Moon is a redhead. Prime suspect.
That is definitely true. And then that is so.
So
they find
she recruits him
yeah.
to go into Sweeney's
Horde.
horde to get the spear so that she
Of
can
Grimnor.
so she can kill Mr. Wednesday.
Yes.
And at the end of the episode, he returns and he has the spear.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you're not just using this for protection. She's like, yeah, you're right. I'm going to kill Mr. Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.
And he's like, all right.
All right, and then what else happened in that episode that is pretty relevant is we find out that so we jump to Shadow Moon.
Yep.
Because a bee just jumped into my rock star. So we jump to Shadow Moon, and it finds out that he went to Jacksonville.
Yeah, he went to Florida.
Yeah.
For Angela.
For Angela. And
But really because he's nosy and can't keep his...
Yeah, keep his stuff in his...
Just mind his business.
Right, exactly. So...
he was raised by his auntie, clearly.
Yeah. He went there, but that was towards the end.
Yeah.
Oh, no. So what happened in the beginning with him? Pass. All right. So at the end, we're gonna jump to episode 9.
Yep,
Because
guys.
that's the most
Guys,
recent
this
one.
is we're giving you a rough draft.
Rough draft.
You
All right.
go watch the episodes.
So
Figure it out.
So episode 9 opens up when they're trying to do the whole winter village type thing in that town.
Yep.
And that's when Shadow Moon's returning from Jacksonville. And he...
Come here. Hi. It's Bella.
And then he
Hi, baby.
ends up going to... Oh, fuck. What is it? Angela's house in the beginning?
Sure.
And Angela's not even her name. That's her name from the other show.
I know. It's a cute name, though.
Oh, my God.
She looks like an Angela.
She does.
Mm-hmm.
So he ends up going up to her house and saying that, hey, I went down to Jacksonville.
And she's like, fuck you do that for?
Right.
And he's like, your son's not dead. And
Yeah.
she's like,
No,
or your son's not alive.
No, your son's not there. There's something funny going on.
And she's like, I want to avoid the truth.
Because
that's
what I was thinking of. So in the last episode, they found out that little kid was hung and framed for that little girl that was missing.
Right.
That's what I was trying to get to.
Well hung.
Disgusting. And he was approaching her and was like, there's a lot of weird things going on with kids here. And then she, once again, freaked out and was like, the truth doesn't let me go to bed. Bitch, I'm trying to give you
I'm trying to get you to bed.
Yeah.
They be fucking, though.
Oh, my God.
They did. He dicked her down.
I hate you.
He dicked her down.
In the hot tub.
Mm-hmm.
Think of the infections.
Oh, God, so yeasty.
Uh,
She's like a cinnamon roll.
All right, we're back to it. So, after
What
that,
about-
Mr. Wednesday starts trying to negotiate.
Yep.
He wants to come to a peace treaty now because there's a lot of death. His followers are dying, and he sees the end is nigh.
Burning and falling out of the sky.
Right. He goes to his one of his loyal partners, not servants, Trinaborg? Zinnerbog. Very German, very angry. Russian man who smokes cigarettes, drinks vodka, swings a bloody hammer.
The one that's supposed to kill Shadow.
Yeah, you remember him from season 1 and briefly in season 2. And they have a whole interaction where he's like, I need you to be my number 2 for these peace treaties. And that guy who's just angry, smoking a cigarette, is like, no, I want to be angry. And then it's literally just him is like, you've changed, Mr. Wednesday. What's going on? And he's like, dude, I just want peace. They tried to kill my kid. Well, my brother tried to kill my kid. I'm just done.
The dentist.
Yeah. So then, what else happened in that episode?
Well,
towards the end, we know what's happening at the end.
Right.
But what happened leading up to that?
So Shadow finds the coin Shadow finds the coin at the Winter Festival, and he is like, "Oh, this is the same coin from the episode prior where I saw the coin by the car on the lake. Let me go to the car by the lake." So he goes to the car by the lake, and then he falls in. And then he sees all these souls from dead teenagers, basically, that have been killed in the past in this town, rising. And then he wakes up, and he's in sweet old lady's house. I forget her name.
Shop owner.
Yeah. And then it come to find out she's the demon that's been killing.
No, she was also a god. But yeah, you definitely see her as a demon. Why are the dogs running?
Zoomies.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
And then she's like, yeah, I've been killing everyone. They've been sacrifices to me. What you gonna do about it? And he's like, catch this dagger. I'm gonna slice your throat.
All right. Before that, the real story, it's like the town, she is like a representative. And I take that back. She's not a god. Because she's like, we sacrifice it to the North gods so that the town could always be at peace.
Right.
This happens every 5 years or so.
Because the creator of the town started it.
Yeah, and then
created it that way.
We stay successful, we stay stress-free because of this. The townspeople accepted, and I've accepted my role in doing it. And he was like, I can't let you do this.
Right.
And she was like,
No one
Wednesday.
else knows about this.
Yeah.
Like, you just made this shit up. What the fuck you talking
Right,
about?
like, and he was like, and she was like, yeah, I knew as soon
Sally.
as I let Wednesday talk me into you bringing you here, this is gonna be a problem. Like, no shit, bitch. And then she attacked him. He got knocked to the ground. The cop busted in from earlier, unloads the clip like he's supposed to.
Bang, bang into
And
the
then
room.
she didn't move, like, because she's a demon god, whatever. And then he's like, what the fuck? You're old. Why aren't you shriveling? And then she grabs the cop. Shadow comes up, slits her throat. Flames. It burns down the house. They run out.
I've also been called flame throat.
I thought it was flame other things.
More related to gonorrhea, but
Yep. Okay.
yeah, this or that. Neither here nor
Flames. They run out. The cop looks at him like, dude, what the fuck was that? And then Shadow just was like, Tuesday, am I right, guys?
And then Laura Moon's like, speaking of Wednesday, spear into Wednesday's chest at the end of the episode.
They have a meeting. The old gods and new gods have a meeting.
Yes.
And it's Mr. Wednesday, Friday, the name of his little girl companion, and then Zenobog.
Every day of the week.
And then
has met up. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Who's that? Cheryl? Dun, dun. Do you remember that song?
I know that song.
Saturday Love by Cheryl? I think it's Cheryl.
So they meet up, and then Mr. World shows up because this is the trap. Mr. World knows he's gonna be at this place,
house.
And this is why he told Laura to
what
meet
if
him
2
at this
Chainz just
place.
walked out?
They have the meeting, Mr. Wednesday and Mr. World, and Mr. Wednesday comes in talking very polite, and then Mr. World was like, "No, you do this or you die." And if you do this, you're still going to die. And you're going to either listen or die. And this is the end of that conversation. So then they leave. And on the way out, Laura Moon is out there. She has the coin and she has the spear.
Oh, yeah, she does have the coin.
She throws the spear.
He gave her the coin for good luck. That was the only reason she pegged it through his heart.
And I want to put this in perspective. This is a small 5'1" woman.
As a javelin thrower.
She is standing maybe 100 feet, maybe more away from this man. And we're going to put it in perspective. Grimnir, his spear was thrown at him, and it connected and landed right in his stomach. A, could have moved. B, he peed on the world tree to create the spear again, so he definitely could control it. C, nigga could have moved. You saw it coming. And it's still connected.
To the left.
I was very frustrated at that end. D.
Show me that.
D. Xenoborg needs to not miss when he's swinging that fucking mace at them bitches. Xenoborg, so when Lord threw it, Xenoborg came up, was like, I'm old, and swung, and then missed completely. And then he tossed...
I'm about there in my life. Just yelling, I'm old, whenever anything I do doesn't succeed.
You're almost 40, so I get it.
I'm old.
But, hey, you got this mansion to fall back on, so...
We talked about this?
Yeah, we did.
It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It's not a mansion.
Yeah, that's just your guest house. Talk about your main house.
I don't have a main house.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your main
I got
mansion.
a Mano, and I feel like money. That's not Mano. Is it Mano? All the above. That's what I'm thinking about.
Stop
That's
hitting
Mano.
your dog in
Is
your
that
head.
Mano? All the
No.
above? All the above.
No.
All the above.
Guys,
That's Mano.
So that was episode 9. And we're approaching the end of this episode.
But wait, we forgot in episode 8, Bill Quiz. And,
we'll
ignore it.
Yeah, we'll come back to Bill Quiz.
But Bill
episode
Quiz
10.
had a great episode in episode 8.
She did.
She had a fun little, she got to show her range.
She got to show her nerdy side.
And Tech Boy is figuring out the whole thing that's fucking him up.
Well, yeah, he has emotions now and he doesn't know how to process
Hev,
it.
2
he's
things.
A robot.
2 things for you.
Okay.
1, I have to pee. 2, I'm kind of done talking.
Why is the first thing for me? What can
No,
I
just
do about you
like
peeing?
I'm just giving you all the information,
Okay.
and then do with it what you will. But I'm hoping what you will is wrap it up.
Guys, this has been another episode of Bed by
Hey,
Nine.
we love you.
We love you, and
You
I
love
appreciate
us.
everybody who tunes in
Bye,
to watch
Zack.
our nonsense.
Love you.
We will see you guys next week. Take care.
You garage